Stop scrolling. Your brain is doing that thing again, where it convinces you you're just taking a little break. When really, you've been sitting in the same position for 47 minutes with one sock on, one sock off, watching strangers explain why your life feels vaguely disappointing. Yeah, that's not just you, that's all of us. And the worst part? Your brain's narrating the whole thing like it's a documentary. The subject has once again avoided doing anything meaningful by opening a third bag of snacks and staring into the void. And you just let it. You trust that voice like it's a wise inner guide, but it's not. It's the same voice that told you texting your ex at 1:43 a.m. was a healing moment. It's the voice that says, "Don't try that, you might fail," while offering zero solutions and a buffet of self-doubt. And here's the wildest part. That voice sounds like you, but it's not you. It's a well-dressed parasite, a mental con artist using your own voice and memories to keep you stuck. Comfortable, predictable, weak. So today, I'm going to show you every trap it built around you. Not with fear, not with shame, just brutal clarity, calm truth, and a little bit of humor. Because if we don't laugh at the mind's nonsense, we'll just keep obeying it. Let's go, let me show you the traps. Not the obvious ones, not the surface stuff. I'm talking about the deep, mental chains that most people never name. That's where we start. Trap 1, the lazy voice. You know it. It's the one that says, 5 more minutes. We'll start tomorrow. This isn't the right time. It's soft, it's soothing, it never yells, it suggests. It sounds like a friend, but acts like a thief. It steals your mornings, your momentum, your edge. And over time, it doesn't just steal your goals, it steals your identity. Because the more you obey that voice, the more you become that voice. You stop trusting your own fire. You stop remembering who you were before the noise. And the scariest part, you don't even feel guilty anymore. You just feel tired. And you think that tiredness is from doing too much. Nah, that's not physical tired. That's soul rust. That's the ache of a life stuck in potential mode. Trap 2, procrastination. Most people think procrastination is laziness. It's not. It's fear. Fear of failure, fear of being seen, fear of starting and realizing you're not good enough. But here's the paradox. The only way to get better is by starting. You're sitting outside the gym, waiting to feel fit enough to go in. That's the loop. And you don't break it by getting motivated. That's a lie. You break it by doing the thing you don't want to do while still feeling unready. You break it by moving while afraid. Action first. Confidence second. Movement builds momentum. Momentum builds clarity. Clarity builds power. And it all starts with one small, ugly, awkward step. Not a plan, not a perfect setup, just a step. Trap 3, people-pleasing. This one hides the deepest because it gets rewarded. You're nice, you're polite, you're helpful. But underneath that, you're disappearing. Piece by piece, you say yes when you mean no. You laugh when you're hurt. You agree just to avoid the argument. You walk around as a performance, and the longer you do it, the more the real you gets buried. Until one day, you don't even remember what you want, because all you've practiced is becoming what others need. That's not kindness. That's emotional bribery. If I'm good, they'll like me. But even if they do, it's not real, because it's not you, it's a mask. And masks get applause, but never love. Drop it. Set the boundary, say the truth, let people be uncomfortable. Let them leave if they have to. Better to be alone and real than surrounded and fake. Trap 4, comparison. This one's everywhere. You're not even aware it's working until your confidence is gone. You scroll, you look, you see someone else winning. And suddenly your life feels small. Your pace feels slow. Your progress feels like failure. But what you're comparing is your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. Their filtered life to your unfiltered thoughts. Their polished result to your private struggle. That's not fair. That's not real. But your brain doesn't care. It reacts. It spirals. And now, instead of moving forward, you're frozen in resentment. But here's the twist. While you're watching them, they're not watching you. They're living. You should be too. Stay in your lane. Comparison kills clarity. Admiration fuels action. Use others as inspiration, not as proof that you're losing. Trap 5, Overthinking. You've had entire conversations in your head that never left your mouth. Rehearsed things 100 times and still said nothing. Overthinking feels like preparation, but it's actually just fear in a lab coat. It gives the illusion of control. Let's figure everything out first. Let's plan it to death, but you never act. You stay stuck in mental rehearsal. Life doesn't reward the most prepared. It rewards the most present. If you can't trust yourself to speak before you feel ready, you'll always be silent. The way out? Act fast and small. Send the message. Ask the question. Make the move. You don't need the whole staircase, you just need the next step. Trap 6. Fake healing. This one's trending. Everyone's doing the work, reading the books, saying the terms, trauma, boundaries, energy, but still hurting people. Still avoiding growth, still using spiritual words to dodge responsibility. That's not healing, that's decoration. Real healing is messy, it's painful. It means facing yourself without filters. It means owning where you were the villain. It means forgiving people who will never say sorry. Not for them, but so you don't rot. If your healing is always pretty, it's probably just performance. Get honest, get uncomfortable. That's where the gold is. Trap 7. Identity traps. You think you know who you are, but you're confusing who you've been with who you can be. Just because you've been anxious doesn't mean you are anxiety. Just because you've played small doesn't mean you're small. You've worn labels for so long, they feel like skin. I'm the quiet one. I'm not good at that. I've always struggled. Who told you that? Who benefits from you believing that? Drop it. You're allowed to outgrow your story. You're allowed to contradict your past. That's not betrayal, that's evolution. The goal is not to become someone new. The goal is to finally become yourself without the fear. Trap 8. The productivity cult. You think being busy means you're doing well, but half the time, you're just distracting yourself from what really matters. You check off tasks, stay on schedule, hustle, grind, and still feel empty. Because busyness isn't purpose, activity isn't meaning. You're spinning plates to feel useful, but deep down, you're starving for peace. Slow down. Stop mistaking motion for movement. Stop worshiping output. You're not a machine, you're a human. Rest is not weakness. Stillness is not failure. Make space. That's where the truth speaks. Trap 9. The ego trap. You think ego is about arrogance, but ego's deeper than pride. Ego is any part of you that resists reality. It's the voice that says, they don't get me. I'm too broken. I'm too good for this. It hides in both superiority and insecurity, and it's always trying to protect a self-image. Ego says, don't change, don't risk, don't grow. You might lose control. But guess what? You are never in control. And real freedom only shows up when the mask drops. Let it drop. Let it burn. What's real can't be destroyed. Trap 10. Someday. You say, someday I'll change. Someday I'll try. Someday I'll speak up. But someday is a lie. It doesn't exist. It's a mirage your brain uses to avoid risk now. And the longer you wait, the heavier it gets. Until your dreams become regrets. Don't wait. Not for permission. Not for certainty. Not for perfect timing. The only time that exists is now. Start badly. Start messy. Start scared. But start, or stay asleep. You've probably recognized yourself in more than one trap. That's good. That means you're waking up. But don't just nod and scroll. Do something. Pick one trap. Name it. Write it down. Face it. And then break it. Not by force, not with hype, with presence, with action, with honesty. You don't need to fix your whole life overnight. Just take one step. A real one. That's the shift. And if this spoke to something in you, you're not alone. There's more of us. People done pretending, done performing, done obeying fear. Stick around. I'm not building a brand, I'm building a mirror. If you see yourself here, good. That means we're doing this right. Final truth, most people will decorate their cage and call it peace. But you've seen the bars now. You've heard the lie, you know. And once you know it, you can't go back to sleep, so step. Stumble if you have to, cry if you need, but step. Because nobody's coming to unlock it for you.